Find other great podcasts like this one at podmoth.network.
Yo, what is up, my friends? Welcome back to What the French Toast, your favorite podcast on the interconnected webs that leave you asking yourself the question, what the French toast did I just listen to? I'm Skylar.
I'm Megan.
And I have no idea what Megan's about to record on, but 2 weeks in a row, she's roasted me with her shirt. And I am becoming sad. It's starting to mess with me a little bit.
Well, today's going to be a fun one. I have a really exciting episode for you.
Yeah, I heard through the grapevine, which is yourself last week, is that it contains cryptids.
Yeah, it's a Cryptid Chaos special. I named it that myself.
I love this. All right, guys, before we get into Megan's story, two things. One, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. We will wait. Don't you start this story until they do it. You did it? Okay, cool. Good. I appreciate it. All right, and second thing is big shout out to Podmoth. Thank you guys for letting us join your network. Yeah, that's cool. Thanks.
You don't have to say that every single time, you know.
Yeah, I know, but you can cut it out if you don't want it in there. You do
Okay,
edit.
that's
The third thing that I'm adding is...
In a world filled with mysteries, where the unknown lurks in the shadows, two intrepid hosts dare to uncover the truth. Join Glenn and Oma on a journey into the realm of caffeinated conspiracies, now a part of the Podmoth Network.
Hey, I'm Glenn.
And I'm Oma.
Together, we explore the unexplained, from ancient legends to modern-day enigmas.
Join us as we delve into the depths of conspiracy theories, paranormal phenomena, and everything in between.
With a blend of curiosity, laughter, and a dash of caffeine, they'll take you on a wild ride through the mysteries of the universe.
So grab your favorite brew, sit back, and let's uncover the truth together.
Because truth, like coffee, is best served bold.
Caffeinated Conspiracies. Get ready to awaken your mind.
All right, Megan, get on with your story.
All right, moving on. So, today's episode's all about the cryptids that sound like someone made them up at 3 a.m. on a Mountain Dew binge.
They probably did.
These are not classic like Bigfoots and Nessies. These are cryptids that make you go, what the French toast?
Okay, let's go.
We're going for a rapid-fire roundup of the weirdest, most chaotic cryptids, ranging from living pants to slimy kangaroo-like creatures.
Living pants.
Yeah. It's much less about terror and more about, like, what the French toast is even happening right now.
Okay, let's go. Let's go.
First on the list, Fresno Nightcrawlers. Have you heard of them? Okay. First reported in 2007 in Fresno, California. Primarily have been seen in California, but there's been similar sightings like in Yosemite and even Poland. They are described as tall, pale, long-legged beings, some as tall as 7 feet tall, no upper body, no arms, sometimes a small head. Their legs bend at strange angles and appear to float or glide rather than walk normally.
So it's me.
Yeah, I guess. Now, the fun thing about today's episode is everybody's in for a treat because not only are there videos and pictures of most of these things, I'm going to send them to you, Skylar, as we go through the episode, and then I will also edit them into the podcast. So
Let's go.
We'll get your real-time reaction, Skylar, of videos and pictures, and then we'll also get everybody can see them as well.
Okay,
So,
let's go.
Let's talk about Fresno Nightcrawlers. So the Fresno Nightcrawler was first documented on CCTV footage shot in 2007 by a man in South Fresno. Jose was asleep one night when he was suddenly awoken by his dogs barking outside his window.
Makes sense.
He looks at his CCTV cameras to make sure there's no one like skulking around his property when he's greeted with an unfamiliar sight. He sees a strange, lanky, white creature that appears to just be a pair of very long legs.
Okay.
He's, of course, scared by this, and he wakes up his brother to come and look at the footage.
Okay.
His brother looks at the video and then goes outside to see if there's any evidence left behind by the creature and finds several tiny footprints in the yard. And so, what?
This is E.T., bruh. This is a recantation of E.T.
No, it's not. They eventually call in some paranormal investigators to see if they could figure out what the creature was, but by the time they arrived, the footprints had been washed away by the rain.
Of course, yeah. As they always just typically get to, they always disappear somehow.
So after the sorry, I'm sending you this link. So don't open it yet. I'll tell you when to open it and I'll tell you the time code. So after the sighting, Jose was not able to figure out how to duplicate the security footage, like put it on a VHS or DVD or anything before it was overwritten, but he did record the monitor with another camera. So the version that you're going to watch now is kind of distorted because of that. So open up that link and go to 1 minute and 30 seconds.
All right, hold on. 1:30?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Hold on. I'm doing it. Yeah, this is a very grainy picture. Oh, I see
terrible.
It is. It's just legs.
It's just legs.
No shot.
Across the screen.
What?
But it's crazy, right?
No, that's so odd. That has to be, yeah. Because it's so grainy. Are you going to play this for them, you said?
Yeah, I'm going to put this in the video for them. So if you
It's not even like it's like the abominable snowman. Like, yeah, it's not like they're walking. It's like it's moonwalking. It's like Michael Jacksoning across the lawn.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, it's not a normal walk. The legs are definitely moving in strange angles, and it very clearly does look like a pair of like white denim pants, like just walking across.
Yeah, like bell bottoms, like
yeah,
like Steven Tyler Perry wore whenever he performed with Aerosmith.
Yeah. So this Fresno Nightcrawler was actually featured on a History Channel program called The Proof Is Out There, and there was actually more footage caught of the creature in Yosemite Lakes Park in 2011. A couple were having trouble with break-ins on their property, so they bought a security camera to point at their driveway and just see if they could catch anything. So that same video, go back to 31 seconds.
Okay.
You can actually go to like 29 if you want it to like buffer, like load, basically.
The first comment on here is, "Oh, they're so cute." Wait, so what am I watching on this one?
29. This is the footage of the creatures in Yosemite Park, or Yosemite Lakes Park in 2011. It's a little long.
They're like, this is the same thing.
It's definitely the same thing.
It's like, yeah.
It's just
like
moving very similarly. It's
dude,
creepy, isn't it?
What is this? The Fresno Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
And it's like completely unaware of like anything.
Yeah. So,
you know what's weird is like one night I was with my cousin and we were sitting down just chatting, you know, like, you know, we grew up together and we don't get to see each other much anymore, and so whenever we do, we kind of go like to these places that we used to like, you know, kind of go to together whenever we were growing up and chat. And one night this like weird thing walked up that was very tall, and I'm not gonna lie to you, like it was pure white, just like it is in the video, and it walks up really creepily. And she was the one that actually noticed it first, and then whenever she noticed it, I looked over and I saw it, and when I saw it, it kind of looked like one of those. Like, I'm not even actually like saying that, like that's so interesting, because since that night I haven't been able to find anything that looks even similar, and this is the first thing I've seen. Now that being said, I don't think it was one of those, but it is interesting because it is like, oh no, like that's kind of cool, like
that's creepy.
Yeah.
I mean, they look innocent enough, and they're so oblivious that I don't know that it would be that alarming to see one, but it would still be pretty creepy to see one.
But to be fair, it looks innocent enough until it gets weird teeth and transforms. So I don't trust anything.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. So I have another video from Billings, Montana. So this is another sighting. I don't have history of this one as far as like why there was a video camera put up or anything. When you open this one, we're going to 22 seconds. Yeah, this one's a little harder to see. So when you're looking at it, look in the right-hand side of the screen.
Oh, I see it, yeah. Man, it's just walking. It's just taking a little stroll right by a big propane tank.
Yeah, and you can only see it for a few seconds. And what really points it out on that one is like you can see the eyes kind of glowing.
I didn't see that, but I don't know that I want to.
It's kind of creepy. It's like 20. If you go to 22 seconds and you just glance over, you can kind of see. I don't know. You can definitely see something.
So the first comment is like, from what I've seen so far with these things, they don't seem aggressive or mean. They come off as beings that just exist, which make them far more fascinating to me. One guy says, I think if these things are real, they're going to be friendly.
Yeah, there's been no reports of them being aggressive towards anyone at any point. And there have been more sightings as far away as even Poland. So they can apparently be anywhere because they've been in California, they've been in Yosemite Park, they've been in Billings, Montana, and then I don't have videos for Poland, unfortunately.
Interesting.
Yeah. So there is a sci-fi program called Fact or Faked Paranormal Files, and they're the ones who coined the name Nightcrawlers, and they actually attempted to investigate if the footage was a hoax, and their investigation was proved inconclusive. They could not figure out if the footage was real or not.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So
because
Oh, go ahead.
It does. It just seems like sketchy.
Yeah. So different Etsy shops and gift shops have made like tons of merch for Fresno Nightcrawlers, like t-shirts, stuffies, perfumes, like smellable stuffies. What is that called?
I don't know.
You know, like stuffed animals that smell.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's just like different perfumes and fun smells and stuff, and they're like super popular in like the cryptid world as like a goofy little, thing. They're supposedly friendly, and there's a few theories behind them. So of course, aliens. And paranormal investigator Victor Chamaco, whatever, believes that the Fresno Nightcrawler could be an alien insectoid living in the shadows of our planet and coming out only at night, avoiding being seen.
Because it's smarter than we are. And that's a valid, like, it could be true. I feel like if aliens are real, they probably are smarter than we are. But who's to say that I'm right? Who's to say that I'm wrong?
So theory number 2 is that they are spirits or nature guardians, because there are some theories that say that some local, like, indigenous people and legends describe leggy forest spirits. However, just to be clear, claims that try to relate the Fresno Nightcrawler to any indigenous people legends have actually been debunked. So that's not a thing. They're not actually connected. So if people are hearing this and they're like, oh, they're actually, spirits and nature guardian, they're not. That's been debunked 100%.
Okay. Gotcha.
And then of course, the third theory is that they're hoaxes using puppets and or wires. Several YouTubers have put together videos attempting to recreate similar footage with things like pants and fishing line, or by like editing out the top half of a person's body. And these videos do make it seem plausible that the genuine videos might have been faked in some way. They do make it seem plausible, but there hasn't been any evidence that they are actually faked. It's just, I guess, technically possible.
Okay.
And so really, like, no one really knows what the Fresno Nightcrawlers are, but they don't seem to do anything.
Yeah. How many, like, what's the most recent sighting?
I believe that would be, at least as far as video footage, is going to be the, I don't have a date on the Billings, Montana one, but the Yosemite Lakes Park was 2011.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. Fair.
Now I have another cryptid for you.
Okay.
This is French, so bear with me. I speak German, not French.
Right.
So this is the Beast of Gévaudan.
Okay. This is like, okay.
I don't have videos of this one because this one is reported to have happened in 1764 to 1767.
This is giving me like Chupacabra vibes.
But I do have a picture. When I'm ready to send it to you, I will send it to you. So let me get it fired up and ready to go.
Sounds good, Megan.
Okay, so 1764 to 1767 in Gévaudan, France, there is a creature that is described to be the size of a large calf or horse, large head with strong jaws, reddish fur, dark streaks. Some say that it had armored plating and smelled of rot.
So it's a dinosaur.
And that it seemed immune to bullets.
Oh,
So let me tell you the story. Between 1764 and 1767, a monstrous creature terrorized the French countryside of Gévaudan, attacking over 100 people and leaving dozens of people dead. Witnesses describe it as wolf-like, but unlike any wolf they had ever seen. Huge reddish fur, black stripes, glowing eyes, and a long tail ending in a tuft.
Okay.
It moved fast, leapt impossibly far, and often went straight for the head or neck. Locals swore that it walked upright, shrugged off bullets, and came back from the dead.
That's insane. I don't want any part of this.
So here is
How am I supposed to defend myself?
Creature.
I can't kill it with the only protection that I have, and even if I do, apparently it's going to come back from the dead.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, to be fair, how effective were the bullets in the 1700s?
Dude, for those of you looking at this picture, this picture is like giving me like those books, you know what I mean? Like these things always freak me out.
It
in
looks
movies,
like something that should like belongs in Scary Things that you read it. You know what I'm talking about? That book?
Scary, yeah. Like the scary one, like the Scary Stories one?
Yeah, Scary Stories to Read in the Dark or whatever.
Yeah. Bedtime story, yeah.
Or like it belongs in like a Shel Silverstein poem novel, poetry book.
Dude.
But it looks like, I mean, y'all are seeing it on camera, or you saw it on camera if you're watching the video. If you're not watching the video, then it's like a four-legged creature. You heard the description. It has a long tail, big jaw. And it honestly looks, there's not a creature that it looks like.
Yeah, no, I mean, it looks like a cross. Like, it looks like a cross between a hyena, a donkey, and Asher.
Shut up. Leave him alone.
Asher is her dog, for those of you wondering.
It does not look like Asher.
It's debatable.
The first official victim of the Beast of Gévaudan was a 14-year-old named Jean Boulet. She was killed in 1764. More deaths soon followed. Young girls, shepherds, children ambushed in woods or fields. Some attacks were so brutal that the victims were nearly unrecognizable. Entire villages lived in fear, and at one point a bishop declared the beast, a punishment from God. And the king sent hunters, soldiers, and even issued drawings of the beast and effigies in cardboard to train dogs to chase it.
Oh, wow. Okay. This seems like a great idea.
Yeah. In 1765, a group of 7 young boys was attacked, but 10-year-old Jacques Portefeuille and his friends fought it off together. Their bravery earned a reward from King Louis XV and sparked a royal decree to kill the beast once and for all.
Okay.
Several wolves were hunted down. One, a massive wolf, killed by royal hunter Francois Antoine in 1765 and was paraded around as the culprit. But the killings continued, and by early 1766, more children were dead. The creature seemed to become more cautious, but just as deadly. Then, on June 18th, 1767, it struck again, killing 19-year-old Jean Bastide in the village of something that I cannot pronounce, Les Binières.
Okay, yeah, that's in the village of something that I cannot pronounce.
But Les Binières it looks like what it's spelled.
Okay.
The very next day, during a hunt organized by the Marquis, a local farmer named Jean Chastel shot and killed a large beast on the slopes of Mont Mouchet. Though later legends claim he prayed and used silver bullets, contemporary accounts don't make any mention of that.
Okay. So it's likely a dramatization.
Yeah, just to scare the kids or something, I guess.
Silver bullets.
Yeah. The body was brought to the Marquis' estate and examined by a Dr. Bullinger. His report, now known as the Marin Report, describes a large wolf or possibly a hybrid, but the carcass was already decaying. Still, survivors, including Marie-Jeanne Vallée, recognized scars on the body from their encounter, and many were finally convinced that this was the beast. So the Marquis sent his servant Guibert to deliver the body to Versailles. They poorly stuffed it, so they poorly taxidermied it, and it was already rotting in the summer heat.
Oh,
so
that's
the
disgusting.
corpse gave off a stench that King Louis XV, like such a stench that King Louis XV reportedly, gosh, I can't talk, refused to see it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I probably would too.
A naturalist examined the remains and declared that it was just a large wolf.
Yeah.
The servant Gilbert, exposed to the foul odor for weeks at this point, became seriously ill and never fully recovered. The remains were quietly buried, likely in the garden of like a Parisian mansion belonging to a family of whose name which I cannot even begin to pronounce. But as far as physical traces, there's no traces of the beast as of today. But after Chastel's kill, the attacks did stop for good, and he received money as a reward. And everyone who was involved in the hunt were also paid out. And just like that, the nightmare that haunted Gévaudan for 3 years was finally over.
So it was just a large wolf is what I'm hearing.
So there's theories that it was like a giant wolf, maybe possibly some prehistoric hybrid. The most plausible theory is that it was maybe a hyena, like a hyena that escaped from someone's like private, like, menagerie, like their private zoo, basically private collection. Another theory is that it was a beast that had been trained by a local sadistic nobleman, because there are some theories that say that it wore spiked armor.
That's crazy.
Last theory is that it's actually a serial killer using a beast as a cover, like he was wearing a costume or something.
Okay, yeah, but then be so for real. The serial killer who it's like Tarzan. He just learned how to run on all fours.
Yeah. So, but there is legacies involved in the Beast of Gévaudan, as far as it inspired countless books and films, including one called Brotherhood of the Wolf.
Okay.
But of course, no definitive answer was ever found.
Let me run a theory by you here. What if this was like just a genetic like crossbreed, and there were books almost like the Bible written of this, but instead of these books being like seized and published widely to the public, it was seized and it was like kept by a certain number of people, and then movies were made. Like, what's a movie franchise that has survived off of making crossbreeds or taking DNA from old things and bringing them back? The Jurassic Park, right? So what if like these things existed, and then Jurassic Park has just been assigned to tell us like, oh, this was real at one point in time in an advanced civilization, and now nothing. Maybe those alien freaking Nightcrawlers just wiped out all of existence, and we had to restart and just flashed our memory like the Men in Black came and just did a whole crazy scenario. See this?
What if, you know how they recently like cloned direwolves?
Yeah. They're like
the DNA they used to clone direwolves
were these
from
things.
The Beast of Gévaudan.
Dude, bad idea. I've seen this movie. I've seen this movie. A couple dozen
times, actually.
Dude, and I've also seen iRobot. Elon, chill, dude. Like, nobody needs these Tesla robots to go in their house. I've seen how this ends. It's never good for humanity. Ever.
But I guess kind of a fun side to it is that it was like a royally sponsored monster hunt in the French countryside. That would make for a pretty good movie or a book.
Have you ever seen the movie Alien vs. Predator?
No.
In 15 years, it's going to be AI versus clones. Like, we're not even going to be a part of it, bro. We're going to be wiped out.
I have one more for you.
Okay.
Okay, the Enfield monster. Have you heard of this one?
No, but this one seems like the most interesting, which I was assuming is why you saved it for last.
Oh, bro. Okay, I don't have videos of this one either because it took place in 1973, but I do have a picture or a rendition. I'm not exactly sure where this sketch came from as far as the original concept of this sketch. I do know that I pulled it from Dread Central, which is like a podcast, and they do like creepy stuff, but I don't know if they like came up with this drawing, if AI came up with this drawing, or if this is a rendition of like the original sketch. But let me tell you about it. 1973, Enfield, Illinois. It's about 10 p.m. The night of April 25th, 1973, Henry McDaniel heard a scratching sound at his front door. He looks out and saw something he thought might be a bear. So he grabs a gun and a flashlight, and he heads
Makes
outside
sense.
into a strong wind and sees a creature between 2 rose bushes. He describes it as, quote, "It had 3 legs on it, a short body, 2 little short arms, and 2 pink eyes as big as flashlights. It stood
Damn.
4.5 feet tall and was grayish colored," end quote.
How tall?
4.5 feet. He added later that it was almost like a human body,
But with 3 legs.
but with 3 legs. Let me send you a
And
picture.
you ever seen the bedtime stories
Yeah,
with Adam Sandler? I'm picturing Bugsy
I sent you the
with
picture.
pink eyes. No shot. Oh my God. This looks like the cricket. This looks like the cricket in your house that always chirps and you can never find it. And it's always like under the fridge just staring at you like
Yeah,
this.
it's creepy.
You can't even see it. Yeah, for those of you looking at the picture, this looks like the cricket that always stares at you from under your fridge, just taunting you with its little chirps.
So,
Such a ridiculous.
Henry McDaniel fires 4 shots at the creature. 1 shot hits it, and it makes a hiss that sounded, quote, "much like a wildcat's," end quote, before fleeing towards a nearby railway embankment, covering 50 feet in 3 jumps.
Okay, so like a cricket would do.
Yeah, but bigger. 4 feet.
Okay.
Henry calls the local authorities, who discover footprints in the soft earth near the house, which McDaniel described to be as dog-like in shape with 6 toe pads.
3 legs, 6 toe pads.
Yeah.
Something seems sus.
Yeah. The police consider McDaniel to be rational and sober in his reporting of the incident. And
Sure they did.
in a later press interview, Henry McDaniel said, quote, "If they do find it, they will find more than one, and they won't be from this planet. I can tell you that," end quote.
I'm sorry, who is a sketch artist that made this? This is what I want to know.
So investigators interviewed nearby residents and were told that Greg Garrett, a 10-year-old neighbor of Henry McDaniel, claimed to have encountered the creature half an hour before McDaniel did, and that the creature stepped on his feet, tearing his tennis shoes to shreds.
Just from a step on the foot.
Yeah. But that same boy later told the Western Illinois University researchers that his report was a hoax, quote, to tease Mr. M, aka Mr. McDaniel, and have fun with an out-of-town newsman.
So it wasn't real.
Yeah, the kid made it up. But 2 weeks after the original incident, on May 6th, Henry McDaniel called the radio station WWKI, claiming to have seen the creature again at 3 a.m. that morning. It was negotiating.
Like what? The
What did
creature was negotiating?
I don't know what I was supposed to write, but it was navigating, I think is the word that I was supposed to put. It was navigating the trestles of the railroad tracks near his home.
The railroad tracks?
The railroad tracks, literally.
It was negotiating on the railroad tracks?
Okay, let me start over. It was navigating the trestles of the railroad tracks
Good job, Megs.
near his home, and Henry McDaniel said, quote, "I saw something moving out on the railroad track, and there it stood. I didn't shoot at it or anything. It started on down the railroad track. It wasn't in a hurry or anything," end quote.
So it was not bothered. It said, humans. And he just meandered right on along. Didn't even jump.
Yeah, so a search party, including WWKI's news director, Rick Rainbow, what a name, right?
Rick Rainbow. It's like Dick Tiger.
Explored the area later that day and reported observing an ape-like creature standing in an abandoned building near McDaniel's house.
That's so odd. So
Yeah.
it's a cricket, it's a frog, it's an ape.
It's a kangaroo.
It jumps. It's a kangaroo, dude. What are we dealing with?
They did claim to have made a recording of the creature's cries and fired a shot at it before it fled. I couldn't find that recording, so I'm not sure
Okay.
where it was, but cryptozoologist Lauren Coleman investigated the case and the sound recording. Cryptozoology is the study of cryptids, just in case you wanted to know.
Mm-hmm.
2 days later, a day after McDaniel was interviewed on local radio, the local press reported that the police were called out to investigate reports of gunfire and arrested 5 young men from out of town who had come to Enfield, Illinois, in order to photograph the creature. They carried shotguns and rifles for protection, of course. and the men claimed to have sighted the creature. The White County Sheriff dismissed the reports of this monster hunting expedition as an exaggeration, saying that the men were just out drinking and raising hell, you know?
Yeah, because let me tell you why I don't believe that. Because that doesn't happen like that. Any regular human, any human alive, matter of fact, this is so well known that aliens up in space right now can validate what I'm about to say. You will never find anything if you go looking for it. You're telling me this random group of guys that found they just went looking for something that has only ever been found twice ever, and they're like, oh, just so happened to stumble upon it. No, you didn't. Shut up.
Yeah, and they only mentioned the monster briefly when they were being questioned, so they were charged with hunting violations.
Yeah, good.
Now, it is important to note that for the Enfield monster, in 1978, researchers at Western Illinois University investigated and analyzed the incident, and they published it as a case study in social contagion. So basically, the researchers found that there were no more than 3 firsthand reports that had been exaggerated subsequently by news stories and local gossip into basically an epidemic. So, quote, according to the study, quote, in this area of southern Illinois, it is not unreasonable to assume Mr. M or the radio news team had actually seen an animal. People we interviewed framed the recent events in these terms. Their accounts admitted to the possibility that large dogs, calves, bears, deer, and wildcats had been sighted. Some frames suggested that an exotic pet, such as an ape or kangaroo, was the catalyst for the monster's reports. Finally, some people tactfully suggested that Mr. M had a notoriously overactive imagination and had probably been shooting at shadows. In any event, we interviewed the only person who agreed with Mr. M's claim that he had indeed seen a monster from outer space. End quote.
No, man. Yeah, I don't believe this one.
So the theories are, of course, that it's an escaped kangaroo or an ape.
Like
some
a
locals
rabid
claimed
kangaroo.
It could be nothing more than an ape or kangaroo that escaped, with residents from the surrounding area calling in to confirm as much. And one Ohio man, which is somewhat in the area, contacted authorities believing what people had been seeing was his lost kangaroo, Macy. Because those dang kangaroos are hard to keep track of, huh?
They really are, man. And honestly, he lost his kangaroo named Macy. Yeah, it probably exactly was that. So you're telling me that there was a missing kangaroo in the area? Yeah, of course. And where was this at?
Enfield, Illinois is where they found the monster, or where they saw the monster. And he lived in Ohio.
It's like this story of that guy years ago who, like years and years and years ago, who claimed to see the devil, and it was a camel. Because nobody
I've never heard that before.
Nobody had ever seen a camel before at this time, so they claimed it was like an animal of the devil or something. It's like, yeah, if you're living in Enfield, Illinois, and you've never seen a kangaroo and you've never been outside of the United States, then you've seen an alien, but the alien is just a kangaroo, and that explains why it was just hopping all over the place.
Yeah. Well,
and that third leg was the kangaroo's tail, and actually, it was probably a high kangaroo, because we've all seen Kangaroo Jack. It probably got into somebody's little garden and ate a little too much cannabis, and he got high. That's why his eyes were so bloodshot. That's why he looked so freaked out, is because everything was tripping.
I mean, looking at the picture, which y'all saw on screen, I'll put it up again right here. It could be a kangaroo. I mean, whoever drew this, I'm not sure, but it does look like a kind of demented kangaroo, to be honest.
It does. It looks like a kangaroo in the night with no lights on it.
So, of course, theory number 2 is that it's some form of alien creature. If it's a real creature that really looks like that, then yeah, you're right. It is an alien.
100%.
Yeah,
you're 100%
right.
Correct.
And then, of course, the last theory is that it was just a local mass hysteria or misidentification of some creature that he just didn't recognize, either in the dark or just whatever. It's the 70s. I don't know when the U.S. got kangaroos in their zoos, but I imagine not in the 70s. So it's like he probably had never seen a kangaroo before. So if someone had a pet kangaroo and it got out, from Ohio or not, seems likely to me he didn't know what he was looking at.
Freaking Macy.
So yeah, this one sounds like it was made up by a kid. I don't know.
Well, that's good. Okay.
I do have 2 questions for you to finish off the episode.
For me, okay, go for it.
Oh, for anyone. So if you're watching and you want to answer these questions, I would like to hear your answers in the comments, please. First question. Which one of these cryptids would you keep as a pet?
Macy.
Macy, the Enfield monster?
Yeah.
Macy the kangaroo,
100%.
aka the Enfield creepy monster?
Yeah, it was kind of cute. Okay. And it reminds me of Bugsy from Bedtime Stories.
Okay.
And it just like something about those like white creatures, you know what I mean? Those just something about that gives me bad vibes. Don't like it, right?
Sure.
The second thing, that was probably like a mountain lion or something back in the day. And of course it was like, or like a big wolf. And yeah, no, those things are dangerous. Those things probably can't coexist peacefully with Nala down here.
That's
Not going to
true.
happen. And so this little kangaroo thing seems to be the most logical and probably least harmful decision. Although kangaroos have been known to slap people.
That's true, or kick people.
Yeah, and they'll kill
They
you.
kick you in the chest, they're taking you out.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
end of your life as we know it. You know there are underground boxing, like kangaroo boxing in
Yeah.
Australia.
That wouldn't
And
surprise me.
People die all the time because that's crazy.
So yeah, first question, if in the comments, I would love to hear which one of the cryptids you would love to keep as a pet. Maybe not love, but that you would keep as a pet. Like if someone came to you with each one of these three and was like, you know what? You have to pick one of them. It's not optional. Which one would you keep? So that's that question. Question number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Which one of these cryptids are you fighting in a Waffle House parking lot at 2 a.m.? For me, it's the Nightcrawlers.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's got to be the kangaroo, dude. And let me tell you why. It's because the Nightcrawlers look like clouds. I think my fists would go straight through them. I don't
They
even
don't
think
have
they're
arms,
real.
though. It's a much easier fight. That
Yeah.
kangaroo kicks me. I'm outie, you know?
Yeah, but you just don't have to let the kangaroo kick you. Invite Chuck Norris. He'll take care of it
Hey,
for you.
Chuck.
We live in Texas.
Hey, Chuck, meet me at this Waffle House at 2 a.m.
I know you don't know who I am, but I'm in trouble. Listen, no, because here's the thing, dude. I feel like with the first ones, I've said this, they give me bad vibes. Like, it looked cute and innocent until it started eating children. And I feel like these first little Nightcrawler things, if they're real, I feel like, yeah, they're nice, they're innocent. But then you know what? As soon as they freaking, like, get mad, they turn into freaking like pterodactyls or something.
Okay, maybe.
You ever try to fight a pterodactyl at 2 a.m. in the Waffle House parking lot?
No, but you could argue that the Enfield monster kind of looks like a T-Rex, to be honest, with his little arms. And that's creepy, too. T-Rexes are like the baddest dinosaurs in the land.
You ever heard of anybody trying to fight a pterodactyl in a Waffle House parking lot?
Have you ever heard of anybody trying to fight a T-Rex in a Waffle House parking lot?
No. Do you know why?
Because they're extinct.
Because they haven't survived to tell the story. And
Sure.
I don't want to mess with that. And I feel like the first one somehow, and the second one somehow are going to turn into little dinosaurs apparently. And the third one seems like a kangaroo. And I've seen a kangaroo. At least I know that if push comes to shove, I can slap a kangaroo and at least run away.
They're pretty fast.
Yeah, but they jump apparently pretty heavily. But I mean, the third one just seems like a kangaroo. You know what I mean? Like by
Yeah.
all accounts, it seems like a kangaroo. The others are like, no. Well, I guess the second one seems like a large wolf, but what's more dangerous, a large wolf or a kangaroo? I would argue that a large wolf is more dangerous.
Especially if it immediately goes for the head and the neck.
Right. And the first one is just weird. If it's real, it's very strange. I guess the last one, if it looks just like that, it's very strange too, but
So
I
yeah,
can step
that
on a cricket.
is my Cryptid Chaos special. I just wanted to give you 3 cryptids to just like blow your freaking mind so you can be like, what the French toast is happening? Because I feel the same way at 11:30 at night recording this episode.
If the first one and the third one is real, dude, E.T. needs to come pick up his people.
That's true.
Dude needs to come get them. They're running rampant down here.
Send a Uber.
Phone them home, dude. Phone them home.
That's so That's so funny. Oh
All
my
right.
gosh.
Good topic, Megan.
Thank you. That's all for now.
Okay. All right, guys. WTFTpodcast.com/shop. We don't, who knows what type of merch we'll come up with in the near future. So go ahead, grab your merch. And Megan, anything to add?
And see you next week.
All right. Like and subscribe for more content just like this. Don't be dumb. And I love you guys. See you next week at night.
Bye.